Andre, I heard this story, and I don't want you to say anything until the end of the story. Deal? Okay.
Deal.
I heard a story about a king, and the king had a favorite machine. Don't say anything. This king had a favorite machine, and one day his favorite machine stopped working. And he put out there, he said, I have a chest of gold to anybody in this entire land, to anyone foreign or domestic that can come and get my machine working. All of the carpenters, all of the stonemasons, all of the blacksmiths, everybody came from far and wide, and they would tinker and they would prod and they would try to get this machine to work. And nobody, and I mean nobody, could get that machine to work. And the king was distraught. He was heartbroken. He was like, my favorite machine doesn't work. I don't know what I am going to do. And he would go to bed and he would pray to his God and he would say, God, please, I need this machine back. Please send me someone that will work. And one day, an old man with a long white beard came in. He was kind of hunched over like this. And he walked kind of more with a shuffle than a gait. And he came in and he had an old rudimentary screwdriver. And he said, I would like to see the king. And they said to him, old man, what do you want to see the king for? He was like, I'm here to fix his problem. The guards go to the king. They say, King, there's a man from a foreign land that has come and wants to see to fix some problem that you have. And the king says, bring him here immediately. The old man kind of shuffles this hunchback in his rudimentary screwdriver. And the king hands him the machine. He says, here you go. Please fix this for me. The old man takes the machine in his hand. He does a 180 this way. He does a 180 that way. He takes the screwdriver, puts it in the hole. 1, 2, 3 turns. And the machine started working. And the king takes the machine and he's ecstatic. But it's like having, excuse the term, post-nut clarity. And he's like, wait a minute. I'm about to give this guy a chest of gold. All he came is with this janky screwdriver and turned this screw. He said to the old man, he said, now wait, I appreciate you fixing my machine, but let's negotiate a little bit here. He says, all you did was come and turn this screw 1, 2, 3 times. Do you really think you deserve this chest of gold? The old man said to him, my king, I don't deserve the chest of gold for turning that screwdriver 1, 2, 3 times. I deserve the chest of gold because I knew which screw to turn. Woo! Andre, do you have any idea where I heard that story? Where did I hear that story, man?
You heard me tell that story. And that's the story.
Exactly.
That's the story. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I mean this. You almost, and I'm going to say this on the live stream. I'm not a crier type dude. I'm not a sensitive dude. You almost brought me to tears with that.
Really?
Because after all these years.
Take your time, brother. Salute to Andre. Yeah. Take your time, brother.
After all these years of trying to help dudes going to other countries and build a new life, you don't think somebody's listening.
Right.
You just build your catalog. You just do what you do. I've told that story mainly to other YouTubers that don't know if they want to. You got me. Even Andrea has never seen me cry.
Wow.
I usually tell that story to other YouTubers to encourage them. Don't be afraid to do consultations, because you're the only one that has the screwdriver, and you're the only one that knows what screw to turn.
Yes.
And you took that, and usually I tell it in a real quick way to encourage guys when it comes to doing consultations, because they think I don't want guys to think that I'm hustling them, but I'm really trying to help them. And you took it, you turned it into an animated story. Like I said, you know, we just talked about the comic books. I like animation.
Yes,
and I'm
sir.
sitting back listening, and I'm just in the beginning when you start telling the story, which you've heard from me, and the way that you spread it out, brother, I appreciate that. And you the first one to get to. Even Andrea ain't got to that sensitive side, and to hear that somebody hears what Andrea and I have been trying to do for 4 years. This is it. When we do consultations, when we do videos, when Guap and Lead Attorney and Richie Mack and Ace Live and Check and Effect and all of us brothers that are part of this movement of men that are thinking about moving into other countries, is because we care so much about you dudes, and you don't realize we don't want to see men do self-deletion in the States. We don't want to see men lose your money in the States, 50%. We don't want to see you men deal with high economies. We don't want to see you men deal with masculine women in the States. And so what we tried to do is encourage you through our channels, like El Guapo is doing, through our example, like El Guapo is doing, and through the consultations that we do with you, like El Guapo is doing. So thank you very much, brother. You got me.
Hey, man. Listen. So let me get you again, because I pay attention, man. You know, I'm an Air Force veteran, United States Air Force Academy, class of 2003, strong and mighty. Let me tell you something. One of the first things you learn at the academy is pay attention to detail. You're gonna love this. There's a reason that I told that story the way that I did. Shout out to Toastmasters. Oh, what you know about that, Andre?
Come on, man.
I know you know. That's why I said it.
Actually, I'm a part of Bogota Toastmasters, because it's Toastmasters International. And the year before I moved to Colombia, I came in second in the International Toastmasters competition for 2000. I think it was 2019.
Wow.
No. It was 2018. I came in second in regionals. We were on our way to the nationals, and I told the story of how went up. I gave a speech on how I was at the Grand Canyon and I fell off a horse in the Grand Canyon.
Oh, wow.
And so I had a broomstick, like a kid, and I was riding it. And I told, when I fell off the horse, I put the broomstick over my head, and I was like, I told the horse, please, I hope you ain't got to do number 1 or number 2. The motivation was, what do you do? And I asked the crowd, what are you supposed to do if you fall off a horse? And the whole crowd said, get back on. And that little moment caused me to win from just the local in Tampa competition all the way up to regionals, all the way up to nationals.
That's huge.
And I lost to the guy who I beat in regional. That's cool. But what happens that same month, Ace Live shoves a camera in my face. The guy who I never met before shoves a camera in my face and says, now I need you to do this, do that, do this. You see how the universe worked? In one area, I was becoming a public speaker. In another area, I was becoming a YouTuber at that time period, and didn't even know what the universe was doing. We sat here drinking beers 3 years later, and Ace is in the same room. Ace is here staying with me and Andrea, and we're sitting up there drinking beers, Guap, and Ace said, y'all need a YouTube channel. And Andrea and I, we're like, man, whatever. What are you talking about? And he says, Do you know how many people would love to see a brother
Yes.
that have actually moved to Colombia, found real love, not just what we do in Medellin, but found real love? You're not in Medellin, you're in Cali, so nobody can connect you or interrupt what you're doing. He said, you guys are what guys are really looking for, not just a party, but connection with Colombian women.
Yeah.
I said, okay, Smarty,
yeah.
what are we gonna call the challenge, Smarty? Me and Andrea did not believe what he was talking about.
Okay.
What are you gonna call the challenge? He said, I don't know, international love, older, younger love, love across borders, love over waters. We said, wait a minute, love, go back. He said, love over waters. I said, no. Love crossing borders. Me and Andrea and Ace, we all looked at each other. That's it. That's what convinced us that maybe we could at least try to be an example to other individuals. So now fast forward to this moment in time. That's why I was so emotional. Because I remember in this room, in that living room, just drinking some beers, where the title was created. And then in this room, before it was a studio, we at least tried. And to this day, we try. I meet you guys at the airport. I'm one of the few brothers in Colombia that actually have their driver's license. And I have an SUV 7-seater.
Okay.
So I can pick you guys up from the airport day or night. And it's these little things that we do with you guys and not just the consultations.